Nobody wants any. Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. Can you hear us? I don't know if everybody can see us. Give us 1 second. By the way, we're on.
You guys made it work?
There you go, Andrew.
Something happened on the elevator. We're figuring it out.
All right.
Something happened?
All right, we're live from Kentucky. Look who's
Hello,
here.
people.
Look at this guy.
Good people, what's going on?
What's up, everybody?
Josh from Stuff and Whiskey. We've had a hell of a weekend. Or week. I don't know. What is it?
Right there.
This is my seat?
We've got Dave. Dave, say hello to everybody. Dave's here. Look at this. Dave Oglesad.
Hello, everybody.
You can get
Dusty.
ready for everybody.
I need some of those. We've had a amazing couple of days here in Kentucky. We'll recap that real quick, but we also have our Andy show.
Give me a second.
You don't need to put it on. You just hold it because other people have to talk.
Whatever. Okay.
He's dumb.
Is it working?
I don't know. Can you guys hear us? I can't even see what people are saying.
Is this live?
Is this live? Is this on? Can you hear us? Can you say thumbs up if you can hear us? I can't read. My hand.
Let me pull this over here so we can all get glasses. Get some glasses. Please.
All right, let's get Dan. Come on, buddy.
Dan, here, come over here. Hop
There
in
it
there,
is.
Josh. Let's get Todd out of the way.
Can you guys hear us?
There we go.
Does this thing work? There you go, Dan. Dan, say everybody. What's going on, everybody?
There it is.
It's here.
Oh, look at that.
It is here.
Ain't she a beaut?
She's a beaut, Clark. All right. Clark.
Gandy, Gandy, we're missing you, Gandy. I'm sorry your wife's not feeling well. So, how cool is Josh is here?
You guys have this font on your computer screen.
Yeah.
It's like a young man's eyes.
Yeah, I can't see that.
What are we doing?
This is him. I can't see it either. Andy, would you want to fix that?
I fake it till I make it.
How about put your mic up to your face?
Turn this off over there.
Okay, all right,
You get to see the shit show live. This is what happens. This is
all right.
this is not
How the
normal.
sausage is made.
This is how it's all. All right, so let's talk. All right, before we get to Still Austin, let's talk about what we've been doing here the last 2 days in Kentucky. Josh, Dan, how many barrels did we go through in total?
63.
Is it really 63?
Yeah.
And
Was it really?
That's not a lie.
20 today, 43 yesterday.
Yeah.
43 yesterday.
All right, so yesterday we went to Lux Row and
Beautiful.
43 there.
Lovely.
What did we end up? Do you remember? I was trying to tell Dave what we picked.
We picked
Can you
a
remember?
it was
five-year
a-
Yellowstone single malt.
It was a finished Rebel. That was
Finished
110
Rebel
proof.
Hold on. Wait, drink.
Oh, he's got written down.
Josh has it written. Josh is a professional. He's professional.
No, I'm not.
This is why he has 32 more subs than we do.
It was it was
A Rebel 120 proof, a
Okay.
Rebel 110 proof
give him
cast
the mic.
finish,
Give him the mic, yeah.
mocha stave, an Ezra 120 proof, an Ezra 110 finish, caramel honey stave finish,
That was good.
Yellowstone 108 proof single malt, Penelope rosé cask finish, which was phenomenal,
Yes.
and then an Ezra 7-year single barrel rye.
Right.
That's my favorite. That was my. So, what was your favorite from yesterday? Let's talk about that. Dan, what did you like the best of all those? If there's one or two.
had to be the old Ezra 7 rye. Was
I agree. I 100% agree.
that stood out the most.
I'm interested to see what those two finishes come out like, right? Especially what we picked, the French oak, dark chocolate stave, and then the honey caramel. Josh, how about you? What did you like?
You know, I couldn't disagree with the old Ezra 7-year, but I was so surprised with how good that rosé cask finish was.
Yeah.
And also, you never see pics of a
No.
rosé cast finish Penelope.
No.
I was very
I
impressed.
had the
Or
first
the-
iteration of that rosé, and it was a little. And they admittedly said it was a little bit funky because it was a mixed barrel with some different grapes
Yeah, yeah.
and everything. And they this is 100% Grenache. This is like the third or fourth iteration of it. It was money. It was really good.
yeah.
You guys are going to absolutely love that. So it was fantastic. A lot of great people out there,
The
too.
old Ezra 7 Rye, though, too. I mean, have you seen a pic of that?
Well, that's not out yet.
No.
So
So
that's just really cool.
that's coming to you guys. So
Yep.
the great thing is all of our channels will be getting access to this.
That's saying you remember my eyes are bad.
No, it's just, I don't know.
Is it? I can't tell.
command.
I don't know. Maybe it might be. Hey, welcome
welcome
aboard,
aboard.
guys. If you want access to any of these barrels, any of our
We're
patrons,
struggling to get to the chat just because
Yes.
we're of proximity reasons. We're reading.
and we can't see, and evidently Andy has the smallest font ever, but that's okay. Is that how yours is?
Yeah.
Let me get closer. See what I can do.
That's how I see it on my screen.
It's not gonna matter.
We're not movie star quality here, guys.
No, it's okay.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so that was yesterday. Lux. I mean, honestly though, Lux Row. I think for me, I was really impressed with the facilities. I thought it was amazing. The grounds are pristine.
It's very
Their whole setup is amazing, and we had a pretty amazing time there. And I also got this, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
Guys,
you
look-
did. Show
check
that
this
off,
out.
man. Show that off.
Can you guys see this? Look at that. That's not just 12. It's a 14-year-old, and it's Heaven Hill Juice double barrel. And that's Dan. You got one of these, didn't you? Yeah. So we'll be sipping on this eventually.
Yeah, that's Flacco approved. That's good.
That's good.
That's nice.
So that was yesterday. We have 7 barrels. We'll get about each group. I think they said, 40 bottles total? Is that what it was? Roughly.
40, yeah.
30, 40 piece. So
But there's a lot of stuff to choose from. You guys are going
Right.
to have just
You
an
like that
array of
single
them.
malt.
The Patreon pick, the guys came out, and it was fantastic. But that was like a number 4 alligator char. Like, it had a bourbon feel to it. This was lighter. This is more like tropical fruit notes and stuff. That was really, really good.
I lost my book. I didn't bring it back. You've got your notes.
I didn't think I had this until I woke
Well
up from my
done.
nap. What's that in my pocket?
Something I was sleeping, and it actually.
Oh, Loki, that's a great. Thank you for that super chat. Wow, well done. I wish I
Thank
could
you
read
so
that. What a Motley Crew. That we are a Motley Crew
Well,
for
Motley
sure.
Crew. You know what? Hold on. Let's do this for you. Just
I
what
think,
we're
I
gonna-
think today, did we do?
What do we do?
We were trying like all the 500s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, top baseball guys. The 500s we were trying. Did we pick just one of the 500s?
We just won.
Is it 531? 531, yeah.
I
We
think
got 11 barrel picks coming.
Yeah.
I thought there was 5 from there.
insane.
I thought we had 5 today.
We did 3 waves of the 500 barrels, or the 3 waves of.
Okay, and only took one. I thought Jado took another one though,
Oh,
right?
he did take
Jay
another
takes
one. Yeah, he
another
did
one,
take
but that's
another.
a
You're
full
right.
barrel
You're
for
right.
But-
whoever, I think. Is going.
I'm
Was
sure
that
we'll.
506?
I think it was 5. I don't know
He
what
left.
that was. It was early on. He took
Let's
2.
just
He's
say
like
you guys have a lot of
I think it was
stuff.
506 and
503. Yeah.
It's 11 or 12 barrels.
It's 11 or 12
That's a lot of
barrels.
stuff.
All right, so today we go to MGP. And why is MGP so special? I mean, listen, none of us have ever been there. Nobody goes there.
Nobody
Josh,
goes
how about you? I mean, what was your thoughts of that?
I loved going to MGP, man. To go behind the scenes at a super.
Yeah.
To go behind the scenes at a super industrial place that isn't worried about making things touristy, they're not worried about making things pretty. They just want to make the best whiskey they possibly can. That was a really, really, really cool experience.
Awesome.
I've toured Barton before they shut down tours. It's the closest thing I can relate to MGP, but MGP was I was on another level. It was a massive facility.
Agree. To Josh's point, I think the facility is massive. Number one, but number two, it dates back to so long ago, and I mean you could tell just by the buildings, looking at the brick and all that, how old some of those places are, and then I mean, we barely scratched the surface of the grounds. They're over a mile.
Yeah, we got our
like,
10,000
with
steps
stuff,
and then
so,
some. And
yeah, just an amazing facility, and just being able to go there.
I mean, were you guys also
Was
like
awesome.
all like just walking around like not many people could do this? Like,
Nobody gets to do it.
Nobody gets to do
And
that.
how about the yeast culture thing they're doing? Like
Yes.
they're yeast culturing stuff from their original from like over 100 years ago.
Hi Ben, my son's watching. Oh, that's good. They say you can only see half of you. I'm off the stream. Nobody wants to see me anyway. Hi Ben, my son. How are you, Tina? How are you, Nicholas? Anyway,
the
my kids.
history alone was insane. It's just walking. It's kind of it's interesting because it was a tale of 2 days. The first day, Luxco's beautiful. Like the campus is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
You walk in there and you can't help but be overwhelmed by the aesthetics. Like the whole thing was just absolutely gorgeous. And we sit down in these beautiful rooms and you have all the glasses laid out for you. It was wonderful. You get there today and there's no frills, no bells, no whistles. It is old school blue collar brick and mortar, but you see what's going on behind the scenes. You're like, this is unreal. Like it was.
Well, they also said they took us to a couple places where not many, and even people who go there don't even get to go there. Like Jay was saying, and the guy Matt from Lux Row, we went to the basement of their rec house, which nobody goes to. And gosh, it's just the history behind those walls and some of those barrels. Oh man.
And Ian, I mean,
Smart dude.
younger than all of us.
I know, right?
Way smarter than all of us.
Yeah, Ian Sersman, the master distiller for MGP.
Master who looks like Brian Roberts from the old Orioles, like twin. Like somehow he got separated at birth and is out here.
Is that what it was? Very nice guy.
Really nice guy, good dude. Actually, it was nice for us to meet all the channels too. Like we got to meet,
Yes.
Josh, which was.
I mean,
which
we
was
love
amazing.
Dusty
We
'cause
love
he's
Dusty,
right-
but
he's
we
our
got to meet
neighbor.
Some new people out here this week, and everybody's just so nice.
It was fun.
It was awesome. It was fun. We enjoyed it.
Yeah. So again, at MGP, people were asking. So what you have the written down? We picked
Yeah.
what? So we picked a Remus 5 or 6 year? What was the first? So it was a Remus. What was the mash bill on that?
All right, so the first one was it was the highest rye mash bill. So the 51 corn, 49 rye, 10% of that malted rye, 4.5 year.
It's 4.5 year.
Yep,
Okay.
a little over 4.5.
Oh.
Barrel date January 22nd.
All right.
The second thing we picked was barrel date 2017, and that was from the Shinley warehouse.
That was the 7.5 year.
Yeah, and then we picked, and that was, I didn't write down the mash bill on that for some reason.
That wasn't the not.
It was the same. It was the same
Same-
mash bill.
same
as the
mash
first
bill,
one.
right.
51.49.
Right.
It was just older, and then we picked. This is a wild mash bill. One of the coolest things too is like one of these mash bills we picked. I've never even heard of MVP doing, and it was phenomenal. It was a 51 corn, 45 rye, 4% barley.
Yep.
And that was about September 2018. Oh, and the one we picked, it was like barrel and sweet and
6 year.
spice
Yep,
and everything
yep.
nice. And then the last one we picked was a 95.5, just pushing 9 years, close to. And
we had 3 samples of that, right? That was probably the hardest one because I think they were all
beautiful.
Dan and
They were all
I
good,
liked 2 other bottles. Listen, you couldn't go wrong with any of the ones we picked. We liked one of the ones that didn't get picked so much that Ann poured off a nice bottle sample for me and Dan to take home because we loved
There was
it
a
so
little
much.
collusion, I think, going on.
I don't know. You couldn't go wrong. The good thing about that when you're talking about a 9-year.
we had to separate these two.
Yeah, that's true. We just get separated. I think we need to be separated.
Oh, and
There's some collusion at
that's true. That's true.
can we also talk about how beautiful this hotel is in the check-in process, Todd? Please do.
Oh, my name. Evidently, I took your last name. I check in. I get here on Sunday. Everybody's giving their IDs, and I give them mine. They're like, "We don't have you on here." I'm like, "Oh, great. I don't have a room, Andy." We do have a Todd Canterna. That's his last name.
They didn't know Todd's last name, so they put mine down, and they said,
And it says Todd Canterna.
And so he,
the whole weekend, I am Andy's wife.
par for the course. It was
There you go.
good stuff.
There it is. So 11 or 12 barrels in total. I can't see the chat. Anything coming in? I don't know. Any other thoughts, Dan?
No, I mean, just overall, I mean, what an amazing pick opportunity for this to happen. I mean, for them to never open their doors and to have the opportunity to go and do this. I mean, we walked around and it was, I don't want to say how hot it was, but it was it was extremely hot in some of those places today, to the point where you could only stand there for so long. Your pants and shirt started to stick to you.
And
so
yes.
they do this every day. Like, it's amazing. Hats off to the guys who are in there all the time because it's But I mean, it was. I don't think it's just saying it was massive. It does just how big this facility was. I mean, it was incredible, and so we're really honored that we were able to be there and be one of the first.
I think so. That is true. It was certainly an honor, and I think we picked some amazing barrels that I think you guys, I know we loved, and I think you guys will also love. All of our communities will love, and
it was great.
I can't wait for you guys to go.
Got to sing happy birthday to Jason.
It was
C.
Jason.
It
He's
was
probably
his
driving back
birthday.
right
He's
now,
probably
right?
I think he checked in there.
Did he check in?
Being driven back.
That's
driven
true.
back.
That's
So-
true. That's true.
So he's probably had a good nap by now, so he can tune it. But yeah, we got to sing happy birthday to him. Got to him and Scotty.
I'm
It's
sure
Bourbon Night. It was a lot of great channels were here.
Yeah, we had never
hanging out.
met Chad and Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. Fantastic people.
Good people.
Great
Really-
channel.
really
They
good
were.
people.
We all got. I think we all got along really well. I mean, it was with a group like that. I was worried, like, how are we going to do these picks? There's a lot of people here. We have different palates. They may not jive. We certainly debated some things, but I think we all came to consensus with a lot. Almost all the picks were pretty consensus driven, and
Is it fair to say, you guys? Is it fair to say that the picks where we differed on, we only differed because we were choosing between 2 really good barrels?
agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
What are we picking between these 2 really good barrels, and why would we pick this good barrel over
Correct.
that good barrel?
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Yep.
somebody was on board with a bad barrel and the rest of us were wondering why they're crazy. You know, it was.
I thought that
was nice.
I thought that was cool because it was we eliminated barrels quickly, and there was a consensus like, okay, like which one do you guys? And we didn't talk about it. It was just barrel 4, and everybody's hands go right up. It was when we got, like you said, right down to the last 2 that people started doing some deliberation, like which one. So that whatever one came out was going to be good because there were so many pallets there that were all kind of jiving on the same page. Which, yeah, you're right. You never know about that with a group this size, but fantastic pours.
And they said these will all. I think Jay mentioned holidays. That's
All
when
the
they'll.
time.
I assume he's gonna not all come out one time because there's 11, 12 barrels, but around the holidays is when these will all hit.
And
for
small
you guys.
allocations for each channel, so but should be opportunities. For
Good
you
for
guys to
us.
go grab it. Yeah,
Yep.
but
I think a lot of people will
will
be able to get at least something from this. I think all of our channels, no matter where you are, you'll be able to get something.
We'll have good descriptions and
Right.
have it ready
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I mean that's he said around October, November was when a lot of these should hit, and that'll be enough time for people to. I mean, to get everything together. I mean, it was a lot of bottles, so I'm sure there'll be some package deals to go
Yep.
along with all of this. So I think you guys are really going to fall in love with a lot of stuff we picked today. So it's
Dave, are you excited?
I'm excited.
Dave's excited. Look, Dave's sitting here. He's excited.
Well, the beauty is there's not going to be a lot of barrels or a lot of bottles from each barrel.
Correct.
Because it's going to be a channel split.
Yep.
The way it worked out.
Yep.
And we all liked a lot of the same things.
Yep.
Which is good.
Yep.
But between
Dan's
the bat phone's ringing.
Uh oh, he's all right.
But with the split, there's going to be so many bottles, even though we're only getting
Yeah.
maybe 30 or 40 from each barrel.
Times that by.
You multiply that
12,
by 11, 12, 13 barrels,
That's a lot of-
and so it's just
It's
be
a lot
on,
of
be, on,
whiskey.
be on the lookout for when they come in, and we'll communicate with you guys what each barrel tastes like and all that stuff, and you can make your best decisions possible at that point.
Absolutely.
Any questions? We can't read the chat, but any questions?
Barrels in the lot though. I mean, they were all really good.
It was easy to kick out the flat kind of
We did, yep.
pedestrian barrels,
Yep.
but I mean there were some. I mean they really rolled out the red carpet for us.
Yes.
They did.
It
Even
was
the
impressive.
ones that we said no to were good. We did,
Yeah.
there were no. I mean, they really did pull out some
Yeah.
fantastic pours for us. So now, before we left, we were praying that our Still Austin bottle would get here.
Yeah, let's do this.
It didn't. So like Jay, I'm hopping the
Let's
plane
see
in a
this
couple
happen.
minutes.
Hold that.
So we had this one shipped to the hotel. If you guys were on Patreon, you saw this just came today. Like we just got this. Have not been able to even crack this puppy open yet. So everybody here is going to get a sneak peek tonight.
Dave's like.
Even Dave.
Look at Dave, a perk of coming to Louisville and hanging out with us.
So shall we crack this
I think
puppy open?
Andy, you want to crack it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get some glasses. So, again, what was the final numbers? I think we have a total yield of 190 on this.
90 on this, yeah.
I don't even know. What's the age statement on it? I can't remember what it is. Is it 3 or 4 years?
I think it's 3 years. Yeah.
I don't know. Read the bottle.
I can't read. My eyes are bad.
Jeez Louise. Well, it says when it was dumped. It was dumped in April, Andy, and we're July. So I don't know. We have to ask what's the age statement.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 years.
That sounds about right for their.
About right,
Dry.
3 years. Of
When-
course, 116 proof. This will probably be the first single barrel rye. They only had 16 this year, and they just started. It's the first one to come out of Texas. They had a couple local. All right, let's get some glasses.
So we're gonna pour this
We have
Breaking
a couple
ground.
glasses.
because Lord knows we didn't have enough whiskey this week.
I know, jeez
so why not
Louise.
one more, shall
I
we?
can take a rocks glass. I don't care.
We're at
Get the regular glasses.
63.
That's fine. Get those
We're
glasses.
going on pour 64. Actually, that's not
Yeah.
true because we had a lot more pours than just what we did on the barrel.
Yeah,
But
nice little Lux Row.
That's how I drink mine.
too much
anyway.
more.
Ready?
Too much.
put it in.
Winnipeg. Let's do that again.
Oh, Winnipeg. You in Winnipeg.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
like
I
that.
wanted to know if your ringtone was like a wrecking ball.
Seems like the barrel splits will be weird. Guess that's a J. I don't think it'll be weird, Don. I mean, it's going to be good for, well, what do you mean by weird? I mean, to me, it's going to be equitable in how many we get, even though we're a smaller channel than, say, or have less amount of Patreon members than a few of the other channels. That's good for you guys that are Patreon members of us. You should get access to a lot more. So, is that us?
That was us.
Who expected?
I'm not expecting anybody.
Anybody?
No, I'm
Housekeeping?
not expecting anybody.
Keep it down there.
Who is that, Dan?
Dan checking
Good
the
thing we have the
peephole.
reacher here. What? What? I don't know what's going
Stand
on
by.
here.
Stand by.
Stand by. All right. All right. So,
I hope that's DoorDash.
all right. So, particulars we don't know. We know it was dumped in. God, this was dumped in April. We're just getting this now. That's a bit. What was that, Dan? What was it?
You wanted to know if you wanted pillows.
He called it sleepers.
116 proof.
I wish I had something to do with that.
I know you didn't.
I really
All
do.
right.
I thought it was planned. It sounds planned.
So I will say, I should probably call that.
Those aren't pillows.
I will say, I think Still Austin Ryes are more of a bourbon drinker rye,
Yeah.
right? I mean, for sure.
We picked that intentionally too because there was some that were close to being on profile, and we wanted something a little bit off profile.
I can't
but
remember
that
our
stood
tasting
out.
notes on
Yeah,
this.
I haven't
really
written. I
can't.
haven't written down.
Yeah, but this was
It's
back
out
in
here.
February. We did this.
Just drink it then.
So
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Cheers. guys.
cheers all.
Cheers, Dave.
Great meeting you.
Yeah. What do you guys got on those? Anything?
While you guys are figuring it out on the nose, I'll say non-pick wise, Still Austin's cast strength rye. If you've never tried it before, you have to, because I tried this stuff at a bottle share one time after a barrel pick, and
That's a
I
fancy-
just drank an Old Carter 13-year rye, and then I drank a 3-year Still Austin rye, and the guy that had the 13-year Old Carter rye, I told him that I like the Still Austin better, and I hurt his feelings, and I was just being honest. Honesty is the best policy. And he got his feelings hurt, and he left the bottle share.
Oh
The Still Austin was better though. So
And
Well.
a lot cheaper. So I
A
real
lot cheaper. Yeah. Is that Scotty? There he is.
there he
There's
is.
my bird. Yeah, Scott's a beautiful man in person. I'm just gonna say that he really is. What a nice guy.
And his wife is lovely.
you guys start
She
your channel again?
is the best. Yeah, Scott and I are actually gonna decided to
When we
replace
started our channel. We started our
Todd
channel.
with Scott. No,
a while
he asked
ago.
when I was replacing you with Scott.
Oh,
Yeah,
soon, hopefully.
very soon.
Soon, hopefully.
All right, let's sip on this, huh?
I think this is like candy.
Yeah,
it
it is
like-
literally candy. in
Like
the
just
glass.
straight red candy.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, again, if you're scared of rye, this is not going to. I think if you're not a rye drinker, I think this is going to be great for you.
Oh
Wow,
my goodness.
Yeah, buddy.
that's super sweet. What do you think, Dave? Dave, what do you think?
And I'm not a rye guy, and it's
He's not a
very,
rye-
it's
there
very
it is.
good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right. I think it's a bourbon drinker's rye. Now, that may not be appeasing to many people.
There's a hug on that, buddy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice finish on this.
I still think the sweet notes, which is a good thing. So the question is, how will these ryes, as they get older in age, how will they develop, right? So we've got one of the first ones. When this gets 4 or 5 years, what is it going to do? That's the question.
I think darken up,
Yeah.
get more syrupy and concentrated for sure. You can already tell that's like the body of it, right?
That's a little too easy to drink.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
really syrupy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So when you went out there, Andy, so we had Christopher, David, and Andy went out to the Rick House. You brought back 5. Were they all that? When you tried more than that. How different were these barrels?
So when Christopher David and I went out, which by the way, Christopher David made the bottle as well.
As
He's
long
on
as
the back. Christopher
so
David's
did
on
so
the
did
back.
Barry Manilow, Andy,
So did Barry Manilow and Joe Flacco
and Alf.
and
And
Paul
Beavis and
Malkoff.
Butthead.
Isn't that beautiful? And Todd's got socks on. See that?
That's
He
me.
wears those on the beach because he burns his tootsies.
That's the true story. That's a true story. It's a true story.
You fool.
What's the proof on it? Griff, it's 116. So
Yeah.
all Still Austin, even the bourbons are proof.
They
to
proved the
116.
116.
I think it was Griff. It was
at the time it was $1.20, and they prove it down a couple
116.
points. Yeah, this one may be the 118 because this was only 2
it
points
wasn't
off.
120. This was not
The
120.
one that was the one that we were also considering was another one that was 120.
So it's 2 points.
Christopher David and I knew when we went through the 5 there were 2. It was sample 3, which ended up winning, and I think it was sample 5.
That's candy, man.
Yeah.
That is straight candy.
Liquefied
Candy.
red candy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Now, so is it the most? No, I know it's not the most in-depth rye whiskey you ever have. But I think if you like those, I don't know how you do not like this. Even if you're not a rye drinker, you're gonna like this.
This reminds me in a lot of ways of our first Still Austin pick. It's just approachable, and it's a beautiful pour. The nose is inviting. It's got a nice long finish. It's
Dan.
got
Have
some
a
good
little bit
sweet
more.
and spice notes to it.
Sure.
Now, when you say all those things, you say approachable. I think, oh, this is like easy going.
Just a little bit.
Dude, there's a saturation of flavor here.
Yeah.
That is like that's what I'm looking for
Yeah.
in a good bottle.
right.
That's the thing that you can't go just out there and buy on the shelf.
Yeah, man.
That saturation of flavor, and this has that.
Yes. Yep.
That's a hallmark of a really good pick to me. You guys nailed this.
Well, appreciate that. And the other thing is, I know that you said you like that cast strength rye, the traditional offering. To be truthfully honest with you, we had one that tasted really similar to that, like that you go to a Total Wine and pick up. And we intentionally didn't pick it because we wanted something that was a little bit different, but still brought all those explosive flavors and those to it.
Oh,
I think that's this.
Which, by the way,
I would say
speaking
never
of,
be afraid to steer off profile on picks, and I think number one we did that over the last 2
Yeah, do you
days.
think- so, did we? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there. Yeah, I guess we were looking for those off-profile
Yes,
picks.
we were.
Yeah.
Something that's just gonna offer a little different mouthfeel, flavor profile, consistency, and I think over the last 2 days we picked some stuff that's definitely off profile, in my opinion. So
and to be fair, we picked some stuff that mash bills from distilleries that I didn't even know existed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was pretty
exciting,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And speaking of flavors, you guys, Scott asked about the cheese. He said let people know about the cheese.
Oh,
Well, I think we should ask Danny from Penelope what about the cheese.
Danny knows about that cheese.
By the way, Danny, the whole guy, everybody from Penelope, we hung out. Was that Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Sunday night was the night.
We got here's the mistake they made on Sunday. They told us that we could sleep in on Monday.
Yes.
We were
As
supposed
soon as
to
they
leave
did
at
that,
9,
that was
we
a
left
problem.
at 11. We're like, oh, let's do a bottle share, and it turned into a
Well,
night.
before the bottle share was after dinner drinks.
Yeah.
And that's when you came, right? You came to the drinks.
Yeah, I came into town late, and then the night was pretty much wrapping up, and I'm like, hold on, we're ending right now.
So you were the
Come on to the room.
You were the issue. That was
Yeah.
all your fault.
Well, and then Dan was like, "Well, what do you got in the room?" And I was like, "I got some bottles." And I was like, "I got these bottles." And Dan's like, "All right, we're going to Josh's room. We're bringing bottles too." And
Christopher Burley
Oh,
orders
yeah.
a couple pizzas. We got this
Oh.
deluxe cheese from Wisconsin that we're killing in the past.
and so Danny from Penelope came to the room with us, which is kind of, I mean, this is pretty cool.
He's a good dude too.
hung out till 2 in the morning.
2 a.m, and he's like, he was like a kid in a candy store, like, let me smell this. What is this? What is that? Oh, I like this. So it was funny to watch him go through all of the samples, all the bottles we brought, and like kind of go through it as a blender like he is, and really like seeing what he liked and maybe didn't like in some of the cases. I thought it was, and he ate a lot of cheese that Scott brought, and evidently somehow took it home with him.
Yeah.
Or to his hotel room.
Yeah, and then to his hotel room, he woke up with string cheese all over his bathroom floor somehow.
I feel like there's got to be a pick with the name string cheese. I don't know. One of these picks should be.
Well, we all got
string
Italian names, and his was Danny's
Maybe
string
the
cheese
Penelope
today.
should
Yeah,
be
so
string cheese.
yeah.
String cheese
That was
rosé? I don't think so. Well, I don't know.
That is so good.
$84.
$840.
$84 through shared pour. Thank you, Gandy, for asking, and thank you, Dave, for selling us. So next Tuesday, we will roll this out. $84 on shared pour.
Hey, look, Kathy Gray's at the beach. She's saying hi.
Oh, hey, Kathy.
I love Kathy. Who doesn't love Kathy?
Who doesn't love Kathy? Kathy, is Joe at the beach or no?
No, Kathy went to get away from Joe.
That's probably true.
Left him at home.
Winnipeg. I'm gonna
All
do
right,
this again.
so
can't
we
believe
are
we're
going to go to
filming.
dinner.
We're going to go to dinner shortly because
Are we meeting anybody else for dinner?
Maybe.
All right, good.
some
If anybody
stuff
else
from
is in-
whiskey Patreons and some
Dusty Dan and
it's going to be great.
Dave, and we're gonna go get something to eat. Let's wrap up. Great whiskey from Still Austin, but let's talk about Lux Row and MGP. My highlight was one, I think, going to MGP. Just walking those grounds and just thinking about like who's been there before us, and that not many people have actually been able to do that. That to me was just a highlight of, we picked some amazing barrels for you guys and for us, and just being on those grounds, being honored to do that. That was my highlight. Dan, how about you?
No, I think to piggyback on you, I think listening to Ian talk about Old Quaker being there and Shenley being there, having had bottles from that era and owning bottles from that era, I think it really kind of took us back in time and for me anyway, and kind of just thought about those those distillers and those people who worked there being there at that time. It's a trip back in time, and for me it was it held a place in my heart. So just amazing grounds too. I mean really, and to Andy's point, it is more industrial. It's not your typical barrel picking experience, but they rolled out
In a good way, though. In a good
way.
It was
absolutely.
Yeah, it was the tale of 2 days. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's reminded me a lot of us. One being very beautiful, one being not so much, but they work together.
Do you guys believe this?
And it's
No one believes that, Andy. We're both ugly. We're both
96.5%.
We're both hideous.
So it's okay. No, it's cool. Like, I think about like when we got to interview Greg Metz, and he was talking about his days there and how proud he was to be at MGP and all the work that he put into it, knowing that he was there for such a long time. And look, it is, it's a tough gig. It's not easy.
Have you guys ever met Ann before today?
No.
Super cool dude, right?
Really nice
I
guy.
can't.
So down to earth.
Right?
Just,
You want him on your channel. Right?
Super
We all, I think, want on. He is a great ambassador
and a
for
good
what they're
baseball
doing.
player.
And I mean, I'll plug Mash and Journey right now, or Mash and Drum. Jason had him
had
on
him-
the live stream.
I know.
And it was awesome. And you
Yes.
meet him in person, and he's even more down to earth.
Exactly the same, yes.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, I mean, we were finished doing all the barrel picks, and all of a sudden he walks up and is like, "Hey, here's this, check this out. Like, here's the mash from the beer mash, and here's the beer mash for after 2 weeks after that, and just continuously like wanting to add on to that experience."
One of the wild things, like during this, we were at some point in time, we all started taking pictures with Ian. And he's such a down to earth dude that I was like, he has to think this is weird.
I think you're right. He was almost a little uncomfortable.
He's just at work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it would be weird for any of us to say we like. I mean, most people here are going to say, because we're nerds, that we like the MGP experience better just because nobody gets to go there. It's really cool to see how just about the process that they are, and they don't really care about. I mean, it's not visitor friendly at all.
No. Well, yes.
No.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
why. I mean,
That's
yeah.
why Todd was out at 12 o'clock last night trying to find pants.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
It is
That's a
not-
whole nother story. We'll talk about that next
Yeah.
week.
It is not Todd sweated in someone else's pants today. Another man's pants.
Hard, dude.
Hard. We all sweat.
Sweated hard in some pants.
I hope he washes them real quick.
But just to be there and to see the behind the scenes, but even with that, like that was honestly to me as a nerd the coolest part. But also to be at Lux Row, not to discredit them or anything, like tasting. I had no clue they were doing stay finishing stuff. And
No,
they're doing,
none of us did.
and they are dialed in on it. They've got 3 different stays
that's a good
for
point,
certain
Josh.
mash bills. If you're doing the Rebel stay
What were the
finish.
finishes we picked again? It was a French oak,
No, we didn't pick the French oak. We picked the caramel honey on the Ezra.
but then there was another one. I thought it was a French oak dark chocolate.
Did
on
we
the
pick
other
that
one.
one or the?
We had two
stay
finishes.
finishes.
Two stay
The
finishes.
first one was
your
the
notes?
mocha. The mocha on the Rebel.
French oak dark chocolate.
I thought it was a French oak.
that wasn't mocha.
Was it a
We
mocha?
picked- We picked the mocha.
Jesus.
Was it mocha dark chocolate?
See, look at this.
No, there was a French oak dark chocolate.
Okay, we picked the mocha on the
Good
Rebel.
look at a T-bone by sticking your head up. Wait.
The point being here is, you know what? Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, we picked the mocha on the Rebel, and we picked the, caramel
honey
on the Ezra.
Okay, there you go.
And
There you go.
I had no clue they were doing either of those programs, and to have those come through, and then I had no clue
Have
there were
you seen
Yellowstone
a
single barrel picks,
Yeah.
or Penelope Rosé single barrels, or Old Ezra 7-year rye single barrel.
These are they really did roll out some unique stuff.
I tell you what,
which
they're-
is cool. I mean, that's what's going to be fun about this. These are not standard like, hey, we went to Lux Row and we got. I mean, these are things you're not going to see. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I agree. And the beauty of it was
Scott,
they
it was a
gave
hell of
us-
experience.
they gave us
It was.
so
It
many
really was.
samples. They gave us so many samples to choose from.
Yeah.
And
Their
for us
staff
to kind of come to a
at Lux
consensus
Co?
on-
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was great.
Why is Sugar Key always so mad about me liking Nelson? Hold on.
Because you like Nelson.
He's Nate.
Nelson the bus driver.
No, Nelson the band.
So
That's another story.
That's going to be coming soon.
That's the
going to be
cool-
our
that's
corporate
me.
cash night.
I don't know if you know who
That's-
Nelson is, Josh, but it's,
Sugar Kitty
it's an
is
old
gonna
80s
end up
band,
getting
obviously.
He's going to get a
That's
case
me
of
and
those.
Andy
He's
and
gonna get a
Nelson
case
Deere.
of those. That's
Anyway,
there we go. Yeah.
yeah, I will say one last thing. The staff at Lux Row is they were really, and that was tough, I'm sure, with all the amount 43 samples.
Yes.
And they had it organized so well. We had lunch, they had a tour.
Hey guys, how about that lunch?
It was fantastic too. That was some great barbecue.
Barbecue.
And that banana
about that-
pudding with the with the
Banana
apples
pudding.
on top, with the baked apples on top. Oh.
And you know what we didn't talk about too is that they had a film crew.
Oh, that's true.
So each channel is going to get a privately cut video.
we're not gonna know
of
the
their
same thing?
of their no. They're trying to tailor one. I think to each channel, which is going to be cool. We all got interviewed today to kind of get our final thoughts, and then there's going to be like this just massive amount of B-roll for us editing geeks to go through and enjoy, and just put some stuff
luck with that,
together.
Dan. Got a lot
Like
of
it
editing
was.
I didn't interview. So
You didn't interview?
no.
Why?
No.
Why?
I just didn't. I don't know.
He was too sexy for the interview. Let's be honest.
know.
He'd put us all to shame.
While we were
fine.
interviewing, he was doing push-ups.
He did a few for me.
But like I said, like meeting you guys, it's bourbon night. Like we said, like such wonderful. Like you, legitimate, like really nice guy. I like
And
it.
Andy doesn't like a lot of people.
Who'd I
But
thunk it?
I like
Andy-
about, I
Andy-
like maybe 6 people.
yeah, that's
You know?
true. That's
Josh
true.
is not one
Bob
of
and
them.
Amanda, awesome.
Bob and Amanda.
They'll understand that one day. They'll
means later.
understand that.
That was a Sunday night thing.
But Dan is still the nicest guy in YouTube history. Like everyone loves Dan so much. You can't beat him. What a nice guy. So
By the way, I texted Jonathan Mazziano from K. Luke today. I said we went. They source from Indiana, even though they don't say it. But and I said we were at MGP. Had your shirt on. He said, "How was that?" He's like, "Man, I wish I was there." He's like,
it's a schmedium.
"No," he said, "Well done." He's like, I love that place," and he was so happy to see like you guys and you especially. He knows you were there, so that was really cool that he was excited for us to be there.
It was cool. And people, even the people there, they all said, "Hey, we watched your channels." We know they don't watch us, but they pretended so well. It was nice. Like it was really, it made us feel
show.
good. It was nice. So it was good stuff.
Josh, Joe Graves has a question.
Yeah.
Steve McNair or Joe Flacco? Uh-oh.
Oh. All right.
Tread lightly, my friend.
Oh, no.
R.I.P. Steve McNair. It's got to be McNair.
Oh, there it is, Joe.
I will say, Flacco is. I don't even think it's arguable. I think Flacco is the more accomplished.
He won a Super Bowl.
He has a
Super Bowl
resume.
MVP.
Yeah.
And he's still playing, for Christ's sake.
I'm a McNair guy.
McNair was
That
very good.
McNair and Eddie George era.
I'm sorry the Ravens beat you. I'm sorry.
It's a Tennessee tie. That's
It
fine.
is.
That's a Tennessee tie.
You're-
It's
it's
fair
home-
enough.
it's home
That's
soil.
home. That's fair enough.
That's
all
great.
right.
Oh, Guns N' Roses or Def Leppard? Joe Graves has got another question for you. Guns N' Roses or Def Leppard?
Me?
Yes, for you.
Def Leppard.
Oh, totally redeem yourself. Totally redeem yourself. I think he remembered. He's like, hold on. They like Def Leppard. I'm picking Def Leppard.
That's just a fact.
There we go. See, we're
All right.
back.
Any other last?
To be fair, Guns N' Roses versus Def Leppard, a little bit like some of the barrels we picked today. It's like, I mean, they're both good. Which direction do you go?
That is true.
Right?
That is true. That
So
is true.
did you see our hazmat pick coming from Corbin Cash?
So
show you that.
you know Bobby from Bad Axe Bourbon. He has the mustache.
There
You
you
know
go.
him at all?
Yeah.
That's the label.
So there's Bobby.
Hey,
so this
there
is
we go.
that's Bobby. That's Dave.
Who's the
Souza.
bald one?
And that's who do you think that is? I have nothing but glasses on me.
Straight skull.
God.
Oh, that's
All right,
good
Dan.
stuff.
Any last thoughts? What do you think?
No, just overall, just the opportunity to come to to do a barrel pick with not only at these great places, but with good friends. You know, I mean, obviously, I know Todd and Andy, and I know Josh. I've hung out with Josh. Everyone here, really, except for Chad and Sarah, I met at
I'd never met them.
Starlight, but
They were great.
other than that, I mean, to be all together in one room and sharing barrels with everyone and laughing and having a good time, that's what it all comes down to. That's what that's what this community is about. So that's what I enjoyed the most.
Can we also not mention how freaking funny Chris from Bourbon of the Week is?
He is
Oh,
funny.
dude.
Yes. Funniest guy on
If
Whiskey
you
Too.
if you could bring him
I mean-
with you every trip, he is funny as hell.
How funny was he Sunday night?
He has some hysterics. Yeah.
If you guys could be, Dave, if you would.
Put some whiskey in that, man.
Oh man.
These walls could talk, man. He is
Chris
funny
is in the
as
air
hell.
right now, flying home. But if you watch this back,
Funny as
Chris,
hell.
cheers to you, brother. You are
Good
you're a good dude, and it was a pleasure to be with you this week.
Yeah, it was good
Josh,
stuff.
any last words? You'll have a recap of all this for your channel, right?
Yeah,
What-
we will, but
This is a good world if when like 800 more people are watching. So
Yes.
we don't put it like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think one of the most impressive things when you get a lot of people together for a barrel pick, it can be a little chaotic, and to be able to have everybody on the same page was really impressive. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about what we wanted to pick versus going into it, whatever. We went into it just clean slates. We all approach it with our own palates, and we all know good whiskey. Yeah. And I think that's why you guys watch. You know, like you're looking for camaraderie and you're looking for a little bit of insight into what we think about bottles and things like that. And it was really, really cool because we're like, hey, what barrel are we kicking out? We were pretty much all on the same page.
Yeah.
And it's like we're picking between the best of certain barrels. So the picks you're getting are the best of the best.
I agree. Yeah.
And I will say this, and this is not to be funny,
But it is.
No, but you know, having you guys and it's bourbon night, mash and like,
Yep.
you guys are an upper tier as far as like the growth of channels, and so for some of the smaller channels to be hanging with you guys, but to also get that respect of our input and
Yep.
like we wanted
It was
there was no
really cool.
pretentiousness. It was really cool just to be
It
hanging
was.
out. It was.
Yeah.
You know,
was.
this bourbon night originally asked me to take their bags to their room because they didn't know who I was. But after I took their $5 tip. So thank you. But after that, it was. I mean, everybody was very cool with each other. It was a great time just getting together. It was a lot of fun.
And to be fair, we did all the votes we did nix Todd's input at all.
That's true.
It didn't count at all.
What?
We didn't talk about the amazing dinner we had last night.
Oh.
I mean, that was
God, yeah.
Jesus. You
So-
talk about some steak. Oh my.
That was one of the better steaks I've had in my life.
Did you get
Yeah.
the fillet or the strip?
Filet.
That fillet was buttery, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it was
so
just-
good.
And it was a
And
huge.
the char on the outside.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you, Lux Row, for
I would
sponsoring
say
that.
That was one of the better steaks. I agree with you that I've had
In a long
in a
time.
very long
And I had everybody drinking wine.
You
Good.
was everyone
It
drinking
was
wine.
good. I think a big steak, you have to have a glass of wine with it.
Yes.
But no, it was. This whole experience has been absolutely phenomenal.
All right, so yeah, I agree. Next Tuesday, guys, we will have Christian
drop
from
it.
21090. There'll be Patreon members.
Yep.
Tuesday, we will have the
Josh,
schedule.
should you buy this whiskey? Should people
Oh,
get this?
gosh,
This.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm about to drink the rest of this bottle.
Dave, what do you
Good
think,
luck
Dave?
getting one.
Absolutely. And I just like to tell everybody in person, Todd's not as pasty as they say.
Where Dave's sitting, there's a shadow. He can't see how Todd is very pasty.
Oh, I hope Joe Graves didn't hear that.
he said as pasty. It didn't mean he's not pasty. He said as pasty. It's
Oh, that's too much. All right, so guys, Josh, when will you be live and recapping all on your channel? When are you going live?
Oh, Patreon wise, I think I'm gonna get back home.
Okay.
And then end of the month.
All right, there
We
you
always
go.
do end of the month Sunday live streams.
And you'll have a bunch of content coming out from this whole week, right?
Yeah.
Stuff and whiskey, guys.
yeah.
He's got a really nice camera too. I know you got good footage, so I can't wait to see what you have coming
Maybe
out.
we'll see.
I think so. Dan, how about you? Monday, you're gonna recap?
Yeah, next Monday we will recap. I will be back home by then. I
That's
do
right,
have.
you come back.
Yeah, I come back to Louisville on Friday. Louisville.
It's Tuesday. You're going home tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I go home tomorrow. Come back Friday for the Barrels for Hope year-end event, and Josh from Stuff and Whiskey will be there, and as well as some other fellow members of the for a great cause. So I will be right back.
On Monday, you'll be live.
On Monday, I will be live with some just recapping everything. I didn't take as much footage and pictures as most, but I do have some to post to the patrons. So.
And if you do see Chris from Bourbon of the Week, ask him to pronounce crayons for you.
Oh, that's
It's a
true.
little bit of an inside joke, but ask
Crowns.
Ask him to
What is
pronounce that for
crowns?
you. I don't even think that's a real thing, but he'll
real
do
thing.
that for you. Yeah.
All right, guys, we are gonna go get some food because
gonna
we haven't ate in a while.
Hydrate and eat some stuff and go explore Louisville a little bit more. But yeah, we can't wait for this to drop for you guys next week. This is really good stuff.
Amazing.
Stuff.
Gentlemen, absolute pleasure. to
Yeah,
be with
cheers.
you all.
Hey.
Cheers to that, guys.
Hey, cheers to Dave coming.
And to
Dave,
Dave for coming. Yeah,
and for
man.
telling me that I'm not that pasty. I like it, Dave.
Not that pasty.
All right, guys, we'll see you next Tuesday.
right,
and,
let's,
cheers, y'all.
I don't know if Josh has ever seen Todd dance. Let's do this. Let's do this to get out of here.
Why dance?
See,
I don't want to dance.
No, the Real Men
How
of
about-
Genius. I think he'd like that one. I feel like he's really gonna like that one.
He does.
Hold on.
Thank you. See, you see
Here we
behind
go.
the scenes here.
This is for you. Enjoy.
Rip it.
See you guys next week.
Oh my God.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer. Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer. Arms swinging, knees bending, head bobbing to no particular rhythm. You're either dancing or you have fleas.
Call me a doctor.
As soon as you hit the dance floor, the taunts begin. Is that all you got, playa? Unfortunately, yes, that's all you got.
Pour it on now.
Who's in the house? Some guy who can't dance. That's who's in the house.
You're a star.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Happy Feet, because you really put the oogie in boogie.
Mr. Really, really bad dancer.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. Word to your mother.